Hi, I'm Rich Santos, group publisher of wealthmanagement.com, the digital resource for rep and trust and estates. With me today is Rick Lake. Rick is with Lake Partners. He's the co-founder, but you have another title that I think we're supposed to be using for the purposes of this video.
Indeed, I'm the portfolio manager of the Aston Lasso Alternatives Fund.
Okay, well that's a long title. It's no surprise I didn't remember it. So Rick, tell me a little bit about your firm, Lake Partners. 25 years old this year?
25 years old. This is actually our multiversary year.
Okay.
For 25 years, we've been working hard as alternative investment consultants, running multi-manager programs dedicated to alternatives or integrating alternatives with traditional asset classes.
Okay.
For 15 years, we've run a portfolio dedicated to liquid alternatives, which brings alternative strategies out of the world of institutional and private investors and into the easy-to-use world of the mutual fund.
So 25 years ago, you started this on your own or with, I think, your brother?
Indeed. I started with my brother, who comes from the institutional investment side, and I come from the broker-dealer and RIA side.
Okay, and we won't ask where you started. We don't want to date ourselves. So you're a hedge fund consulting firm?
Correct.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about I know another question I want to ask. Have you published any books?
We have, actually. We have a textbook on hedge funds, which is in its third edition, used in business schools around the U.S.
Okay.
We have a companion book out on private equity. And on the writing side, we even did a white paper a number of years ago for the SEC on the democratization of hedge funds, or hedge fund strategies and mutual fund structures.
Okay. And did that have to do with anything with the 40 Act?
It did. It actually was for the hedge fund roundtable, which the SEC ran in 2003, and it covered the entire spectrum. And from a public policy point of view, we also covered the field of bringing alternative strategies to a broader public through mutual funds to provide access to risk management tools, additional sources of return, and possible sources of diversification.
Great. Okay. So another question. Tell me a little bit about liquid alts and Lasso.
Sure. So liquid alts basically take alternative strategies or alternative assets and put it in a daily liquid structure, which is very different than the old-fashioned private structure, the limited partnership.
Okay.
And they're of keen interest these days because of the three potential benefits they can provide to advisors and clients in building portfolios. After the financial crisis, everyone is very interested in finding straightforward to use risk management tools. People are looking for returns outside of the simple old-fashioned matrix of stocks, bonds, and cash, and they want to build more diversified portfolios.
Okay.
Now, liquid alts exist actually because of an act of Congress in 1997.
Right.
Some people say it might have been the last useful thing Congress did, but
we won't go that. We'll save that for another time.
We'll leave politics out of it for now. But we started the Lasso Long and Short Strategic Opportunities portfolio back then, in 1998. And this portfolio has a dedicated liquid alts team bring its expertise on the universe of liquid alts to create an all-in-one solution.
Okay.
So the Lasso portfolio encompasses long-short equity, long-short fixed income, arbitrage, event-driven, global macro, the variety of alternative strategies available in liquid alts. And that strategy, for 5 years as of April 1st, is available in the Aston Lake Partners Lasso Alternatives Mutual Fund.
So I was going to ask you about your institutional partner. Can you elaborate a little more about
that? Yes, absolutely. We joined up with the Aston Fund family in 2008 and 9. Aston Funds is a sub-advised fund family where each manager is a outside institutional specialist.
Okay.
And that enables an institutional specialist such as my firm to stay focused on investing, and Aston handles the infrastructure, distribution, and all the complicated issues surrounding the operation of a mutual fund.
Good. And I understand there's going to be a webcast coming up with Aston, and you're going to be a participant?
Yes, we're doing a webcast on the spectrum of alternatives, and my topic will be liquid alternatives and how to use them in portfolios.
So lastly, tell me a little bit about why liquid alts are growing so quickly.
Well, liquid alts began growing rapidly after the financial crisis. People wanted something else in their portfolios to help guard against volatility in the markets. So there's been very rapid growth since '08. It's a fascinating time. I think we may be heading into a golden age for liquid alts because we're seeing a migration of long-time institutional hedge fund talent into the mutual fund space. more strategies available than ever before in liquid alts, more managers than ever before. It's really a fascinating time for liquid
Great.
alternatives.
Okay. Well, again, Rick, thank you very much for joining me.
A pleasure.
Rick Lake.
Thank you.
And thank you.